Welcome to the video where I will talk about several of my coloring ideas for this year. It's not a list of strict coloring resolutions. I know how spontaneously and quickly my coloring plans can change, but I have several goals for this year, and the first one to look at the books which are very close to the finish and to continue coloring in them. I won't be pressing myself. I don't want to rush and to say that I will do like 3 pictures in a month. No. For example, here I have Symphony of Cute Animals, and I promised myself to finish this book a couple of years ago. Despite problems with paper, I colored in it quite actively. I think that I adjusted already to this paper, and I have actually good progress here. The only thing which distracted me from this one, it's beautiful book of Leon's Journey, which has much better paper, and despite bigger size, I enjoy coloring in this one a little bit more. But I still intend to finish Symphony one day. So I promised myself that it will be enough to do at least 1 page in 2 months. I will try to do at least 1 Kanoko Yakuza page each month. It could be Symphony, it could be Leon. I'm extremely happy that soon Leon's Journey will be also in English edition and more people could enjoy this beautiful book, because for me it's absolutely awesome. But Symphony also deserves my attention, so wish me luck. I hope that I will have a good progress into this one. Another book which is relatively close to finish, it's Country Kitchen Charm. You know that I color in Teresa Goodrich books quite often, but sadly I don't have any finished books yet. The closest books to be completed it's Country Kitchen Charm and Main Street. I think that kitchen maybe it's a little bit more interesting to color, because I love to color various textures, surfaces like metal, wood, other things, china things, and I enjoy coloring interior designs. Somehow last year it was one of my least frequently colored books, and this year I think that I will try to pay it more attention. I really have nice selection of pictures here and a lot of finished works. I'm glad that I did a break, because when I colored in it more frequently, it started to look like pictures are similar to one another. The same set of Prismacolor pencils, the same color combos. But after this break, I hope that I will have a good progress here, and one day I will announce that I finished at least 1 book by Teresa Goodrich. Also, each month I intend to color this beautiful book by Russell Hampson. You know that I already finished the first part. I am proud of myself. Each time I had a lot of fun, a lot of amazing time when I colored in this book. So now I intend to start second part of their journey. Again, at least 1 page in a month. For me it will be quite good progress. And another book, which this one I promised myself to finish one day, and another book which I promised to finish, it's Dark Fairy Tales by Kerby Rosanes. This one. Somehow I tend to do here spreads, so it will be a lot of work. That's the spread where I am currently working. I know that I won't be able to finish it in a year, in 2 years, because again, I don't want to abandon any other of my books, but for me, it's important to do at least 1 page in 2 months, and actually my promise to myself is to do at least 1 Kerby page from any book for a month. Sometimes it will be Dark Fairy Tales, so if you want to color with me, I invite you to my Patreon. Also, of course, I intend to continue doing pictures in all my books. I already decided that in Alliance World I can do this one. I think that I want to practice more about fantasy color combos for metals, and I also want to use other materials or other art supplies apart from Prismacolors and polychromoses. So this one I indicated for myself as a page where I can use Derwent Inktense together with regular pencils. I hope that it will be quicker and interesting coloring. In Fragile World, which was totally abandoned during last year, and it's a shame, I think that winter season will be a perfect time for pictures like this one. I'm a seasonal colorist, so sometimes I really want to color, not sometimes, but quite often. I love to do winter pictures for winter season, and I hope that I will find time and I will have possibility to color this spread. It's not the easiest one, but I already have some ideas. So my promise is to do at least one Kerby page each month. Next promise is to look back at my untouched books. I have several in mind. Of course, I have plenty of untouched books, actually a huge amount of them. Let me confess that pile of my untouched books, it's frightening how many books I have. But I think that the first which I finally want to start, it will be something from Nicholas. Sorry, I won't be promising his full name, it's difficult. I have Irene's and I have Serene. Both books are untouched. I have them for 5, maybe 6 years, and it's such a shame. But, well, maybe it was a wise decision. Now I feel more confident. Here we have portraits, we have complicated compositions, and paper also is a little bit tricky, very unusual, different in 2 books, and, well, I definitely think that we will need to adjust to the paper. Now I feel more prepared, and maybe it's time to do at least something. For me now more appealing it's Serene book, so maybe I will do something. And another one is this Harry Potter. In my opinion, it's one of the best Harry Potter's books on the market. Yes, I do look at other books about Harry Potter world suites and or Harry Potter famous places. They all are lovely, but I just can't justify purchasing more books if I hadn't colored anything here. I intend to try using watercolors and pencils. I don't know how this pencil would react with watercolor. I hope that at least it won't bleed through, and if it creates some stains, I can always mask some areas with pencils, but definitely without watercolors to color such a big book, it will be a problem. I definitely will do my test of paints in this book, and I hope that at least a couple of pictures I will manage to do. I honestly don't know why this book frightens me, and in the same time I really want to color in it. It could be quite easy idea to look at reference pictures, because everything here is just frames from movies. So I hope that this bad spell will be broken, and I will color this beautiful book. And when I filmed my collection of books, of course I looked back at my old treasures. I have plenty of lovely books which now unfortunately are quite rare, but they are very beautiful. And for example, such books as Kinuka Craft Myth and Magic, or Tomislav Tomic books, or these beautiful books by Pictura. I'm lucky to be able to got them because I started to color many years ago. Now they are rare. And when I colored in this book, for example, or in this one, I actively felt like my skills, they are not equal to the beauty of pictures. So here you can see with pencils, this part it looks more or less okay. Even now I think that I have better skills in doing costumes, fabric, other textures, and watercolor, it looks so flat, it lacks contrast. So I'm glad that I stopped to color in those books until I maybe improved my skills. I hope that I improved them. So now I feel a little bit more prepared. Here I simply don't know how to explain that I stopped to color this one. I have lovely finished works. Pictures are quite intricate, maybe that's the reason, but I definitely want to continue coloring in this one and in my old books, because I feel sorry that mostly I start to color in the newest books and such beauties they are laying abandoned. Another artist whom I totally abandoned last year, it was Jasmine Becket-Griffith, and as I got her newest book as one of my Christmas presents, I very acutely feel that I need to color in her books more frequently. She's one of my favorite artists. I absolutely love this paper in Blue Angel books. I simply never have enough time, so I definitely will try to do maybe something in this new book, of course, because it's beautiful. And I also need to look back at my old books. One of them is also totally untouched. It's a book about Alice, and in other books I have maybe maximum 2 or 3 pictures started, and that's a thing which I will try to change during this year. So maybe this year will be a year of Kerby Rosanes and Jasmine Becket-Griffith. And finally, I promised to myself to be more variative in art supplies. Uh, During last year, I mostly was in my comfort zone using either Prismacolors or polychromacies. Yes, it's the easiest choice. Those sets I know quite well. I know how to use them, my favorite color combos. But I also have other pencils which I need to use somewhere. I have pencils which I maybe used 1 or 2 times and they look lovely. Recently I extended a little bit my selection of Japanese Eroge pencils. They are not the easiest pencils, not the most comfortable pencils to use. They are relatively hard, but I tried to extend palette of green colors and other shades which I prefer to use, like those turquoise, blue, lilac colors. I hope that they will help me to make my botanical colorings more interesting with all those new shades. And I have other pencils like Kohinoor polycolors, which maybe are not suitable for all books, but I recently discovered that they can be used in Apple Forest Girl, so I definitely need to look at all my available pencil sets and to use them at least from time to time. And the same thing it's about paint. Only during this summer I promised myself to use gouache paints more frequently. I even managed to do a couple of lovely pictures in Mythographic Paradise, and then again I was back to using only pencils. Now I have more reasons to try using gouache more frequently. First, because Rosa, Ukrainian manufacturer, started to do professional level gouache. They already did gouache more like student grade. Now they extended palette and quality is even better. So definitely I hope that it will help me to color in such books like Tolkien World, where paper doesn't love watercolor but requires some paint because the size is huge. And another, I got as one of my Christmas presents this set of Chinese gouache. I was a little bit skeptical about this one. I'm not a huge fan of such products, but it's a set of pastel colors, so they definitely will extend my available color palette, and I hope that I will manage to test it, to do swatching video and to use it, because pastel colors, they always are helpful, especially when they are already pre-mixed. For lazy people like myself, they can be very helpful. So I hope that I will try to use other art supplies apart from Prismacolors and polychromoses more frequently. Well, that's my very easy promises to myself for this year. Again, I don't want to press myself hard to do very strict rules for myself. I still remind myself that it's for relax, for pleasure. So I hope that those things which I mentioned in this video, I will keep, and in the end of the year I will show you selection of nice Jasmine Becket-Griffith pictures, nice selection of Kerby Rosanes, and some creative backgrounds made with paints. Thank you for watching. I hope that you will join me in my journey in Russell Hampson book, and I hope that I will still manage to do videos for all these books. Thank you, and until my next videos.